Well, that's a perfect answer. That wasn't my question, and I absolutely love your answer.
Sorry. Sorry. Well, what was your question? What is the question? Hi, I'm Jason Flowers, and I'm a comic book artist. I illustrated stuff for IDW, Caliber Comics, Arcana Comics, been trading cards for Topps, and Upper Deck for Marvel and Star Wars. Today we're going to be drawing The Last Ronin. So let's get to it. I love drawing turtles so much that it doesn't bother me drawing him. Like, I thought I'd get tired of drawing him early because he's just so popular right now, but no, like, it doesn't bother me at all. He's just one of those characters. I love the suit. I love everything about him. I've done two covers, two retail covers so far. For Epicos Comics. Shout out to Epicos Comics. But I'm doing one more variant so far for The Last Ronin. But I do also every Tuesday. I do Turtle Tuesday. So every Tuesday night, I usually jump online and do a live stream where I draw Ninja Turtles for a couple hours and do like some custom small pieces at like a reasonable price. Why people like my style so much with Turtles is because I am such a big fan of that original style of the Mirage series from Eastman and Lariat together. So I do try to incorporate that a lot into my pieces, of giving them that style of how they were. But I'm a big fan of like using lots of darkness and shadows. So like I love Frank Miller, I love Mike Mignola, and Lee Bermeo. Like I love all those like super moody kind of atmospheric artists, and I just try to add that as much as possible into my work. Especially Eastman. I love Eastman's style. I love the grit it has to it. I fell in love with the Turtles as a kid, as kind of we all do, with the cartoon and the toy series and all that stuff. But I was probably in like 10th or 11th grade when I kind of got back into them. You know, I fell out of love with them a little bit growing, just getting older. But when I was 10th and 11th grade, and I started really heavily getting into indie comics. So like anything indie was just a big deal to me. And the way that the Turtles came on the scene with, creating the big black and white boom, we had the early 90s of Todd and Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld and all those guys from Image with Mark Silvestri, kind of bringing in a whole new world of their own indie comics that have, now grown into such a big thing. All that stuff just really inspired me to want to just make comics and make my own stuff. So I didn't go to college or anything. I went to had a buddy that was working at a print shop, and I went and started working there with him and a couple other friends. And during the day, I would print a bunch of stuff off, like offset printing with giant heavy machines. It wasn't digital printing, it was like lose a finger kind of machines. And then at night, the owner was cool enough to where like he just let me hang out there. So I would hang out there and just draw the whole time and just make my own comics and print my own stuff. And so it was kind of a nice environment. It really was cool. I created a comic. I rebooted, so to speak, a comic I made when I was 15 called Bounty Bullfrog, and I had done like 2 or 3 books off of it. At that time, when I was 15, that was around the time I was really big into Lobo with Simon Bisley and Alan Grant. and the Eastman and Larry Turtle stuff. Like I was huge into that. It was very inspirational. So like I created this frog bounty hunter, and he looked very similar to a Ninja Turtle, but he was missing an arm, and so there's a lot of influences from like Piccolo getting his arm ripped off in Dragon Ball Z, or Spartan from Wildcats. In the first couple of issues, he has an arm missing. So a lot of that stuff inspired me to kind of just draw this like frog bounty hunter. And I had been wanting to do something new and fun and similar to Turtles. And for a long time, I was trying to figure out how to bring him back. And finally, I just said, screw it, and just made it. So I put out a Kickstarter in September of last year. And it, what did we do? I think I was asking $6,500, and we got over 8,000 for it. So the first issue is going to be dropping this month in April. So I'm excited for that. And then I'm working on the second issue right now, on top of getting ready to do another Kickstarter for another project called Demon Blood, which is like a one-shot book of another comic that I've just had sitting around that I've worked off and on for like past couple of years. So yeah, so just gotten back into making comics, and Turtles have always been there for me. Like Turtles have always been that inspiration of these dudes that just wanted to make a comic, and it turned out to be this phenomenon. 2019, I met Jim Lawson at a show, and he already knew who I was, so that kind of blew my mind. And I had one of my Turtle Tuesdays, I had drawn a Triceraton, which is like just a Triceratops with a human body, and he's a big fan of Triceraton. And someone ended up buying it for him, and so I got to mail it to him, and we got to talking, and I actually asked him to do a cover for me for Bounty Bullfrog. So I've been like, that's pretty mind-blowing, because Jim Lawson is a huge influence too from the Mirage series, and he's done his own stuff with Dragonfly and several other books, and he's probably like the longest running turtle artist that's been out there. And he did a cover for me, and that kind of just blew my mind away. So I have a variant cover for Bounty Bullfrog by one of my favorite turtle artists. So that's really cool. Yeah, so everything that's creator owned from me, that's not the turtle covers, well, minus the Last Ronin cover, is available on my website, which is jasonflowersart.bigcartel.com. And like I said, I have a new Kickstarter coming this month too, called Demon Blood, and that's just like a one-shot book. All right, it is done. So there we go. So again, thank you for joining me. I'm Jason Flowers, and you can find my work again at jasonflowersart.bigcartel.com. All my comics are there. Look out for Bounty Bullfrog coming to you this month, and Demon Blood will be Kickstartering also this month too. So look me up, add me, follow me, and I will see you on Turtles Tuesday. Every Tuesday night, 9:30 on my live stream.